right, we are back. Welcome back to Pro Bikini News Network. I'm your host, John Algetti, and in today's video, we're going to be previewing the Portugal Pro and recapping the Indy Pro. First and foremost, shout out to Jamie Sterling. Indy Pro was a complete success. The fans, the athletes, they loved it. They had a black backdrop, and which was awesome. You know, we've been talking about just for prejudging, we want the athletes to look good. We want them to look at their photos, look at their pictures, and obviously have a great experience and their hard work be shown in the show. And the show ran by so smoothly, very well, even when the amateurs as well. And this was a whole year of planning and even getting feedback from people from last year. They had the same venue, the same theater, but they wanted to make the backdrop and the lighting where it's much better and accentuates the athletes' physiques and their tans. Honestly, knocked it out of the park. And it's great to do that, and not many promoters can do that. I understand it costs a lot to put up a show, especially with sponsors and all that, because they want their brand recognized. It's kind of like the Olympia, for instance. New Tech, I don't know if you guys, I'm going to go on a little tangent. New Tech, they pays the Olympia like almost $1.2 million just to have their brand say that we're the title sponsor of the show. But also they have to play ads, they have to make sure that they're getting that note so that people buy from them. It's all business and all, but it worked out very well. The screens were to the side. It was just the athletes. You can focus on them. There's nothing taken away or distracting from them. Honestly, how the results happened and how everything went, it was great. I mean, she did invite me to go to the show, and unfortunately I couldn't make it because of work, but I'm definitely trying to make it on my list to at least go to the show eventually next year. And she's planning out to do something much bigger and better. The prize money was the same as the classic physique. How much, even when they have the sponsor with New Tech and Bikini doesn't, to do that, do that for the athletes, to do that, for the fans, and to have all that. I mean, this is awesome. This is an awesome show, and I'm looking forward to seeing this for many years. So we're going to recap our top 5, starting with our first competitor, which was Brittany. So she got third in the World Classic, and I felt like, for me, it was just, I think she just needed to come with more fullness and obviously balance out her upper and lower body, because sometimes you look at her lower body and it's like she has great calves and it's awesome, but it's just, you have to make sure that that's balanced. So I'm not looking at that first. I have to be looking at your whole physique. She did this dark red suit, which I felt like was much better contrast for her, because the lighter suit and obviously the rain background that they had at the World Classic took it away. But this dark background with her skin and her hair, really great. And the red suit really looks good on her. She did say that she's changing up her suit for her next show, but this is a great balance. She got more shoulders. I just feel like she needed more size up top, and I think that's something that she's going to continue to work on to balance out. Right here, she did say that she needed. Yeah, I felt that was she just needed to bring that fullness so she didn't look so lean or conditioned. But this front pose is good. That's one thing that she needs to is just going to keep working on. Let me see from World Classic. There was something I saw something. Yeah, I felt like here she was just. You can see like a little leanness right here. She just needed to bring that fullness, and she did. I think as she continues to go on, and eventually she'll get there, she'll get her Olympic qualification. But honestly, this is great for like how this S curve goes into the physique. And the back, I feel like it's great. Could be a little more tighter in the conditioning. Obviously, needs a little more upper glutes, and just bringing that fullness. And she continues to do that and excels in the comparison rounds. I definitely see her getting a qualification. This is good. I think the suit's fine. I mean, everyone can have their differences. I just felt like for her, it's just balancing out her glutes to her legs. She is bringing up her legs. She is matching her upper body to that. And as she just continues to do that, it's just going to be a matter of when. All right. In 4th place, we had Savannah Dolezal. Let me see here. Here you go. So she has a very pretty look to her. I think one thing is she just needed more muscle. She did bring more muscle, but I feel like it's just balancing out her upper body to her lower body. I feel like right here she's just too upper body dominant, because you're looking at from waist up more than her lower body. I just feel like she just needs to match her, maybe fix this pose a bit. because her feet are too close, and you can see right there. If she adjusts this pose, it would help accentuate her glutes, because it kind of feels like her glutes are getting shorter by doing this. Definitely really needs to fill out. You can tell, you can see how lean her shoulders are right here and there. The vascularity, but red suit's great on her. Let me go to her back. Here we go. Let's see. So the suit cuts fine. It is more fabric. I definitely, yeah, she definitely just needs to be more tighter, more glutes, and a little more hamstrings that can just balance out her glutes, because it feels like she's more quad and glute in the front, and it's kind of like that's what overtakes, and you have to have that balance to her. She just needs to fix her poses a bit. I mean, this is okay. It does help balance her out, but I just think in this area right here just needs to be more, tighter and just more fuller in the glutes. And that's something that she'll continue to work on. I mean, she's progressively getting better every show that she's doing. And it's just going to be a matter of, okay, can she bring that all together and what in that lineup? Hair's great. I like how it's, right here is perfect. You're not seeing the back strap of the top here. It covers it very well. Very, like, she always has a beautiful look. It's just, can she bring that physique together? And third, we had Tara. And I also have the video from the show. And shout out to Battle Up Media, and shout out to See My Vision as well for their credits, for the work that they do. Here we go. Here's Tara. Honestly, this is a really good package from Tara. I mean, this front pose is much different, but it actually helps her physique so much better. One thing was always about her was her waist, and she's definitely brought that in. I definitely think that the lymphatic drainage that she does before the show is really helping her out. And obviously, in the back, she's one of the best in the show. But I feel like for her front has to match that. From her and her upper glutes good, from her lower back down. Her hamstrings balance out with her legs. And one thing was about her was that her legs were smaller. She had to bring that up, and she's definitely brought that up. And she poses very well. I definitely think a couple tweaks here and there going into the Olympia can really help it. She had nothing to lose here. This was good to get in front of the judges and see what she can do to improve to go into Olympia, being already qualified. And it was a 1 point difference between her and second place. I would have no trouble if she had gotten second or had won the show as well. So let me go to her back pose right here. Here we go. I think right here she just needs to kind of fill out. But this is really strong back pose comparison to a lot of the top pros in the league, and just one of the best in the show. This is a great balance of her glute to hamstring tie-ins right there. So how her waist goes in as well. The foot position, it's great right here. I think this is a very solid. I just feel like in the front, the other girls may have had something that may have overtaken her. But honestly, very proud of her look, very proud of what she brought. This is one of the best looks that she's had. I mean, her DC Pro look was just outstanding, but this was actually really good and really competitive. And I'm looking forward to see what she does at the Olympia. She's one of the best 20 athletes in the world right now. So look forward to seeing what she can do. Okay, next up, go to wait, I can pull her up on her page. Yeah, we have Alice. Maybe I should pull up the stage photos for her. I also have video from the first call out and the comparison. So honestly, I didn't have Alice placing within the top 10. I felt like if she did, she would probably have been like, if you'd asked me before the show, I think she would have been like 9th to 12th. I felt like this was a competitive lineup, but being a European competitor, sometimes they come in too conditioned, too hard, but she's getting better. This is one of the best that she's had. Unfortunately, she's not qualified currently, but I definitely think that she can get a win, and it really impressed me. This suit is fine on her. One thing about her was that she just came into condition, and she was kind of small up top, but she's definitely filled that out. Her hair, I just kind of wish she kind of cut this hair a bit. The hair is fine how it looks. It just feels like it should just be cut so it doesn't take away from her glutes. But one thing I noticed, and you'll see it in the comparisons, was that she wasn't lifting her hips up when she was walking back and kind of dropped her glutes, and that's may have what hurt her. But she was like right there and really close to the win. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that, but I feel like the first place girl had brought the whole complete package. Very beautiful look, very great structure for her as well. All right, and then we have our winner. Go. Allie. So here's our winner, Allie. Hold on, I'm gonna get the stage photos up. Let's go here, here, here. Let's go X out, X out, X out, X out. Let's go here. Okay, here we go. Share screen. So this is a very beautiful look at Allie. She's much better than she was at the World Classic. Came in fuller and more tighter and better midsection right here. She's much more tighter. Sometimes that's been an issue because she has a longer torso. That's always been something for her, but here she came in pretty spot on. I love this front pose. Her balance from like up top to bottom is great. Yeah, she has to be mindful of just coming in fuller because sometimes you can see some vascularity in her shoulders right here. She did bring that fullness to her shoulders and to her lower half. So this is a really good look for her. And, you know, she's one of the top Olympians in the world. That's one thing I always say, like, I definitely think that she's in that running to be like in the first call out and be in the top 10. And, you know, last year she was in the first call and she wound up getting 11th, but I definitely think this is going to be much more improved. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to do at the Olympia. The suit's great on her. I love the red suit as well. The hair, the makeup, everything. She's just, you walk out and she's just stunning to look at. All right, in the back. See. All right, in the back, one of the best glutes in the show as well. I definitely think the suit's fine as well. I definitely think that, you know, one thing she could do is just have better like pop to her. That's one thing I feel like it could really accentuate her physique very well. But this overall balance, how she poses, her stage presence, it really carries her over, and it really is one of the best. Honestly, it's like you can't take her eyes off. I know people will get tired when it's like the last couple names, where it's like QRS TV, when you're because the last name, but when she comes out, she's full of energy. When it's like your last name or you're the last one up, some people don't have that energy and enthusiasm when they come in. But that's one thing Allie always does is bring that. Hair is very beautiful. It covers well. It did the photo didn't do it justice, but the hair does cover her back connector. But really great look. I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings at the Olympia and definitely seeing her move up and be very competitive to some of the top girls in the league. All right. So I actually wanted to show you guys the first call out and the top 4 comparisons to show you guys what I'm talking about when I felt like it was really competitive. Let me see. Here we go. I'm going to show you the first one. Also, shout out to Battle Up Media. I gave them all the credits. Here we go. Make sure the volume is off for copyright. Here we go. Here's the first call out. So you had 8, you had Lenny, you had Savannah, you had Alessia, you had Brittany, Tara, Lolo, and then Allie. Here we go. So here they're all together. I know it's kind of blurry image. Let me see. No, I'm going to have to play it like this. See, let me go back to their fronts and see one before they move around. Let me see. So definitely the standouts to me in this was going to be Tara, Brittany, and Allie. And I felt like they had probably the best fronts of them all. And just how the way they're posing. Alessia's got a pretty good front. I feel like it's just in her core that was the issue. So they're just seeing front poses and then moving people around. So then they move Ali to the center, and then Brittany to the side. Then they move Alessia and Savannah in. It's funny that the top 5 girls had like red and pink suits. They all look alike. I definitely think the standouts here we're gonna be these 4 right here. Brittany as well, and then Lenny probably had one of the best back poses in the show. Alessia did. I just feel like her tan was just a little too light. Lenny wound up in 7th. There we go. They're gonna walk back. Nope, they didn't. So then they continue to move girls in and out. I definitely think Alice's front was a little better than Tara's. That's why she probably got moved in. But I think Tara beats her in back. You can see when she's kind of like dropping her glutes when she's not lifting her up, her glutes up. It's little things that can be the difference between winning and losing. All right. Let's go to the top 4 comparison. Here we go. Go to the beginning.
Face the back.
Remember, guys, the show's not over till it's over. So just because they were not, everyone was saying how Ali, they didn't think Ali was going to win because she wasn't in the center space, but you never know what happens at the finals. I definitely think that the balance between front and back, Ali had it. Front, I'd say Alice had it good. She was pretty spot on. Tara was good, and Tara was very comparable to Ali in the back. But I feel like Alice is just, if she was walking back, that kind of
walk to the back and hold it.
Almost feels like she's kind of like rigid when she walks back.
Face front.
But I feel like Savannah, the photos didn't do her justice, but I feel like it's just how she poses. If she did that kind of pose in initial comparisons, I honestly think it would have bumped her up. Like, it really accentuated it. It kind of felt like she's kind of like too close to each other. And that she just kind of like faces too front, but I can see what she's trying to do. She's trying to accentuate her strengths and hide her weaknesses.
Fantastic.
But I say best balance is Ali. I'd say second best was it was a 1-point decision between Tara and Alice. It's just some things, if it just had to be like showing up best, and really I think if Savannah brought that, it would have helped her. Let me see her walk back. Kind of feels like she's walking straight. And Alice is kind of like rigid and she was off her glutes, so that's kind of why they think that's probably why they posted it. And that'll be all. So then, all right. So we're going to get into Portugal Pro, Mr. Big Evolution. I know people get this confused with the Big Man Pro, which is in Spain, but Mr. Big Evolution is totally different than Big Man Pro. I'm just going to call it Portugal Pro just so that people don't get confused with it. It's more of a fan experience than an athlete experience. So what's really cool is that they're in a casino in Estoril, and there's a stage. The stage is there's like these like rotating like carousels, and the athletes sit on these like, I think it's about, depending on how many athletes are in a lineup, there's about 2 to 4 in them. I don't know how many they have, but the stage is underground, and then it lifts the athletes up, and then it starts spinning. It's more for like a fan experience. But what happens is on Saturday they have the amateurs go on for the Olympia Amateur Portugal, and then the overall winners and people who turn pro there compete. They have the chance to do their pro debut on Sunday against the pros? And I think 2021 Christina Brunauer from Austria won the amateur overall, and then next day on Sunday won the whole pro show against like 32 girls. But I really think it's a great experience to have, to see a great production as an athlete. But I feel like one thing about it is, and I remembered Ian Vayer, an open pro, said that he felt like he lost his pump and stuff. Like you have to stand still on that platform, because when it lifts you up, it just, it lifts you up, and then it will start spinning, and then it will lift you up again, and then it will like go back down. Then everybody exits the stage, and then they go do their individuals and their comparisons. Almost every division's in this show. And like I said, I think Joao Henrique puts on a great show, great production. But I feel like this show is more for a fan experience. I mean, it's cool to see Portugal, it's cool to see around, but we're going to talk about some of our girls in the show. Definitely going to be, I mean, it's a small lineup, but we'll definitely see a very competitive one, and maybe someone that turns pro can be very competitive with these girls as well. So let's go to, here we go. So kind of the same people that we saw in M Pro. I'd say your front runner is going to be Evie Eskandar. She's going to go for her Sweet 16 win. We have Lisa from here. She's Olympic qualified. Golsa, she just placed third. And then I think I've seen a couple of these girls. They have competed here. I think Jewel has competed here before in the US. Did she do Vancouver, I believe? We're going to go through all of them. So with Evie, was most likely our front runner and our winner here. I mean, this is probably one of the best looks that she's brought. I love the green suit on her. She's won the show twice. I mean, she goes for 16 wins. She's going to tie with Laura Lee, India Paulino, and Isa Piscini. I mean, it's crazy to think about that. Not many girls have over 10 pro wins. And I mean, if I to think about it right now, those four I just mentioned, Amy Delgado, Angelica, I mean, Ashley's beyond that at this point, but I wonder who's ever going to get to 20. That's going to be something. I mean, she's been winning at least an average of 4 shows a year. So that's great to see that, she's continuing to be competitive. And I'd like to see her move up in the Olympian. I definitely think that she's one of those girls that can do that. So then Evie's our front runner. And then we're going to go to Lisa. Let's see any stage photos that she recently had. Yeah, here we go. So Lisa's one we have to be looking out for. She's done well in US shows, but I feel like she's more comfortable in Europe. But it's like what you win in Europe may not always win here. I mean, you took second in Arizona. I would think that I would try to be more competitive here. I think she did New York as well. Let's see here. We got third. We have Golsa. I think from Empro. Here we go. See a good front pose on her. She's one we have to be looking out for. Jewel. Yeah, she did. She did. I think she's from Germany, Austria, I think. I think she's Germany, yeah. She actually has a great following on her YouTube. I don't speak German, so I don't watch it, but um, I definitely think that she has a great back pose, but I feel like her front may hurt her. She just needed more size to her. Like, I think she did one of the Asian shows last year, but I remembered she was like, I think third or fourth in, was it Vancouver? Yeah. I definitely think she needs to fix her suit top. So Jewel, Alina, she's been getting second in a lot of shows in Europe. She's a new pro. Let's see, what's from her last show? Is there anything up here? No, that's just her walking off. No. Yeah. I feel like where she did this show, I think she was just too lean, vascular, too conditioned. It's just one thing, just feeling out. If she could just fix this arm in her front pose, I definitely think that's something that she can work on. And maybe she's done those improvements, so that's what we'll have to see about that. Okay, Lena, Kirsty, I think she took fifth. Let's see. Need to be more tighter. Definitely need to hold your poses more. That's one thing I would say for her. Okay. Let's see. This girl. So she just turned pro recently. What's her name? Oh, she's from Indonesia. Ainun. It's great to see these NPC worldwide athletes. She's James's athlete. Okay. 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 Oh yeah, I remember this one. Did she do Europa? Monique, South Africa. Yeah, she did. I think she got sixth in that one in the Italy show. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, she has a beautiful look to her. She's longer and taller. I just think she just needs to fill out more. Definitely could fix this front pose on her. She has a beautiful look. I just need more glutes and just tighter. Obviously, what fixes stance, she's like standing too wide. I definitely can see her maybe fourth and up. I mean, it's easy to pick the top three, but then it's like we'll see what happens. But I think like fourth through sixth, I'd probably put her there. Beatrix from Hungary. I think from stage. Why is it like Hungary has like a lot of the like good pros? They're definitely growing. Okay, so she just turned pro in last year, so this is her debut most likely. I haven't seen this person on stage yet. Could be tighter. I know she was an amateur then, but it's like we're comparing her to the pro level. Got a beautiful look. Pretty girl. Okay. Let's see. Lisa, Jewel, Margarita. A lot of these new pros, you better be memorable. She needs glutes. Hopefully she's brought her physique up. Let's go to, let me exit out of this. Let's go to, I'm going to pick probably 6. Because I haven't seen enough of these girls. Let's see. Portugal. Okay. I'm going to do, here we go. Let's do 62%. That's what I got in Indy. So I got Ali right, got Tara right, I got Lola right. Juliana didn't place. Ellie, I was shocked she got 13th. Lenny got 7th. Kiki got 12. Savannah got 4th. Jess got 14. So I felt like Juliana was just too small in the lineup. I mean, she's a new pro. She'll improve. So I'm going to go here for Portugal. I'm going to go Evie, Lisa, Golsa. I'm going to go Jewel, Lena, and go Monique. I guarantee I'm gonna screw these up. I don't know. Like, I think these two are good, but then it's like I don't know what happens here. We'll just see what they bring. Tyler had pretty good. Did Golsa get 3rd? He had pretty good praise for her. She just needed to just bring everything together, and I definitely think she's working with Jamie. So we'll see how that goes. I've not seen Ainun, the girl from Indonesia, so we'll see how that goes and see how she meets up the criteria. Like, these girls are making their debut. I'm only putting girls that I've seen in shows recently or who I recognize right away. So I'm definitely going to say most likely this is our top 6 right here. And that'll be all. All right. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I look forward to doing, having my episodes uploaded. I keep saying I need to upload my interviews. I'm going to try to get more guests on, especially the current or the former Miss Olympia on here. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more interviews, especially with coaches, to bring you guys some value. It's just a matter because I don't have an editor, because I actually had an editor, but then they just didn't get back to me. And now I'm doing everything myself and adding in chapters and all that, and, editing out things and doing all that. So definitely going to be a lot of time and a lot of work, but I'm looking forward to seeing, the following week and talking about things, going into Olympia. I'm excited for this whole year. It's going to be a great lineup. It was so crazy that I was with my team because I'm obviously I'm an athlete myself, and I do coaching as well. And I'm with my team. We were talking about, Friday and Saturday night finals, and everybody got their expo tickets, so we're going to hang out and stuff. I told them I'll try to hang out with you guys. I definitely think Friday, and we're going to actually go to downtown, probably go to Barry's. But it's so crazy that the seats for the Olympia in the lower levels, almost where the VIP is, right, they went up $300, $300. They used to be like $300 last year. Now they're like $500. And then actually that's in the mezzanine level, but the lower level seats are in the $700, $800 range. I guarantee they're going to raise the prize money for Open and Classic. I mean, I know C-Bomb is working with Dan to do all that, but it's so crazy how this whole year. So it's definitely going to be a very expensive day, a very expensive week, and I'm looking forward to it. I definitely think it's going to be a great experience. I'm looking forward to, progressing and being with my team, and definitely doing more for this channel and bringing more value. My coaching application is in is in a type form on Torah Strength Coaching. If you guys want to work with me, you want to do it for contest prep, for lifestyle, let me know, fill it out. I can assess you and go about that. And I'll see you guys next week.